There are local resources to help you avoid or quit using marijuana. My exposure towards marijuana is knowing my family members use it, especially since I see one of my family members stealing and lying and unemployed. I'm not sure if marijuana is the cause to their actions, but it's definitely a start, especially since they have it at all hours of the day. I believe this family member has been using for over 10 years and has been unemployed all his life. Overall, I am proud of my choice on not using marijuana because I believe it has been a benefit towards my life.
Do you know any short-term health effects of using marijuana? Like short-term memory problems, paranoia, psychosis, panic, hallucinations, lowered reaction time, and problems with coordination.
You can make the wisest decisions by researching, talking to a doctor, and making the decisions for yourself.
Being a teenager, you just want to fit in and be cool. This is how I started smoking weed when I was around 14 or 15. But I only ended up smoking for a year or so because in the long run, I did not like how weed made me feel when I was high. When I was a freshman in high school, I got expelled because I was smoking on school property. After I was expelled, the school made me attend drug rehab and drug and alcohol classes in order to come back to school. Getting expelled from school caused a lot of frustration because I then got behind in school and it led to me dropping out in junior year. If I know now what I didn't know back then about the consequences and the long-term effects that weed has on your body, I probably would have waited to smoke. Now, being a parent, I will make sure my son knows about all of the side effects of weed. I want my son to be able to go to college. I also want him to be able to apply for a job that he wants and not just a job that he knows he can get because they don't UA.
How about long-term effects? You are at risk at impaired thinking and ability to learn, developing an addiction. There are increased risks of heart attack and stroke. Memory and reaction time and coordination problems can become permanent. You can experience decline in IQ, and it can lead to other illegal drug use.
By being clean, you can improve your health, school, and career outlook. My dad used marijuana around me and my older brother as we were growing up, and we saw him use it and thought it was okay to use it as well, not even knowing what it was about. I really didn't get into using marijuana until I was in middle school, around 7th or 8th grade. A couple of my friends knew I was using and I stole it from my dad. I got grounded forever for that. So I stopped smoking until I got into high school. Then I started using almost every day and started to skip school with my friends that also used marijuana. I ended up failing all of my classes my 9th grade year. I also ran away a lot when I was in high school, so my parents put me on a program called Youth at Risk. So every time I ran away or got a dirty UA, I would get put into juvie for about a week or two. As I got older, I couldn't get a job because I couldn't pass a UA. And I was homeless for a long time, for the past 3 years, and I finally decided that I need to stop using marijuana. Marijuana has messed up my life enough. So I ended up moving to Spokane with almost nothing so I could get a fresh start at a brand new life. I moved into the homeless shelter and started to look for a new school so I could get my GED. I'm now about to start my NAC training and getting into my own place with my fiance and my 2 stepkids. I've been clean for 7 months, and it's amazing how much you can do once you put your mind to it.
There are also some social effects you might not be aware of, like developing antisocial behavior, causing problems among your friends and family. Your school performance can decline and increase the chance of dropping out. You will have greater chances of being unemployed and not being able to get good jobs, and also at risk of being less satisfied with life.
You can help by educating the 52% of 8th graders that do not know the side effects of marijuana.
I have smoked marijuana since I was 9 years old. Now I'm 19, that's 10 years of use. The reason for starting was my peers around me, and my siblings also participated. I had access to this drug at a young age through my father, from about 9 to 15. I started to sell at 16 to get gas money, and that was what impacted my education the most. I started playing football in 7th grade and I loved it. The last year I played was 10th. That last half of 10th grade is when I sold the most. And because I was busy doing that, I didn't make time for homework or class assignments. That caused me to fail some classes. So my junior year, I couldn't even play football. Since football was the main reason I even came to school anymore, I ended up dropping out. Lost contact with all my high school friends. Sold marijuana until I was 18. But on October 1st, 2016, I was going to do the usual sale of about 2 ounces. So to me, that was $260. But the buyer had a different plan. Jumped into their car outside my house, and it was gonna be a quick sale, but they say, let's go around the block. All I thought was they were trying to be safe. So 2 blocks away, they pull over, they rob me at gunpoint. That's not all they did. They beat me up with a gun, and since there was 3 against me, they all got their punches and left me in the middle of the street. I slowly made my way back home to get help, but I ended up in the hospital with 5 stitches in my head and bumps and bruises all over my face. If I knew I would end up in that situation, I would have never started selling. This is a topic I will talk to my daughter about when she is older as well. I will let her know my experience and how it impacted my life.
My life was better without it.
It's not worth the health or the legal risks.
Do your brain a favor and wait until you're at least 21 to smoke marijuana.
My life improved so much more after I stopped using marijuana.
There are so many other activities you could do besides smoking marijuana.
After my experiences with marijuana, I really think that you'd want to wait until you're 21.
84% of Washington teens do not use marijuana regularly.